Welcome back. We are heading out already. So today, we're gonna take our two new vehicles that we got the last time. And I don't really have a plan besides for just getting tasked and crashing. Today's plan is crash number 1. Maybe we'll put a crash counter. I don't think I'll crash that much. Famous last words, right? But today we're gonna just do tasks. We're gonna focus on Black River task contracts, maybe some contests. I might even scout that one tower to the south, but we're just gonna play to have fun, and I might do some jump cuts if I have nothing to say. Yeah, it's been pretty good. I'm definitely enjoying the two new vehicles, or will hopefully enjoy both new vehicles. I kind of think that they might be, even with two-wheel drive, this might be a touch overpowered, but not. I think it's not Taiga overpowered. Let's put it that way. Like getting the Taiga or going to get the Azov 6, which all I would have had to do is gone to the store and bought it and then transferred back. So yeah, that's the common route, and that's sort of why I decided to do something a little different. Get a vehicle that technically would work good in the early game if you actually got it in the early game. But yeah, this is going to be kind of wet down here, and I wanted to see if this thing can do it. And worst case scenario, we get ourselves a recovery mission to do. And I think I'm gonna try the tractor for a couple of the recover vehicle missions that I know it's going to be really good at, but I just want to see how good it is. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of play today. Today the game is, there's no goal. We're just making progress. All right, so up here we need to grab this. I already have the quest marked, so I don't have to go all the way to the quest marker. Ooh, I'm hung up on a tree. Okay. Let's see. Let's get ourselves out of this. It's not as overpowered as I thought it was going to be, but it's still pretty good. All right, how far is my winch? Can I reach this? What was that? The trailer? I got the trailer. I got the trailer and not whatever tree that is over there. It's a sturdy winching platform as well. These things are pretty heavy, from what I recall. So yeah, why I'm getting this first is we're getting low on fuel. So I'm going to take it actually all the way back to the base, use it to fill up the base fuel trailer. It's not all the way empty either. And then we got to take it up to the gas station to turn it in, and we can actually maybe even put a little bit of gas into the big tanker. So that's going to be one of the last quests we do in this zone, I think, is the big tanker. Just because we want to take as much of that fuel with us before we turn it in. give me a further winch point. What do we got out here? I guess we'll use that one for now. Yeah, this is some sloppy stuff. I feel like no matter what vehicle I would have brought out here, it would have been, besides for maybe the tractor. I didn't want to take the Corvettes for this one. I just wanted to see if this one could do it, and it definitely can. It's a little slow going, but it's fine. It's, this thing is thirsty, by the way. So the thing I noticed, there was two things I noticed about this after the fact when I was going through the video footage. That it's only got 53-gallon tank. And it uses quite a bit of gas. So that could make it also an additional challenge for hard mode or fuel. In this case, fuel is not free gameplay. So I like it. Like I said, it's not like super overpowered. The tires are enough overpowered to make up for the fact that there is some downfalls. So yeah, we'll see once we get into some hauling missions, see how it does with hauling. But we're going to switch back and forth a few times, like I said, and maybe just jump ahead a little bit. So we'll see you back at the base. All right, here we are. Let's do some transfer of gas. All right, so refuel me first, and then that fuel carrier, and we need to leave it with 52 gallons, 53 gallons. So yeah, that'll work. Oop. I was still in high gear. The turning radius on this thing is not the greatest either. Could be better. And that's sort of how the P12 is for sure. The P16's a little shorter, so it's maybe a little better, but it's the same way. Kind of nice how they kept the you know, the same Pacific brand vehicles sort of similar, with the exception that P12 is like so huge and it doesn't have these good tires. I don't even know if they're available for it. Kind of makes it a bad purchase because you don't ever find that one. You just have to buy it from the store for 126,000, I think it is. Whereas these you find. Speaking of found Pacific vehicles, I still have the P16 sitting on that other map, which we can get that back at some point as well, now that we have the bridges unlocked. Do I have all the bridges? I don't know if I have the one... No, I don't. The one that's in the middle, but right past the dam. I need to do that one yet. Then again, if I bring the P16 up there, I can just turn in that quest, because I have that thing right there. Okay, so let's, before we turn this in... Let's go over to the big fuel trailer and do another refueling. Siphon as much of this as we can out of it. Okay. So let's go me again. And then, oop, not that much though. How about, well, you know what? This works out perfect. I have 53 gallons. Haha, that works out perfect. And then I'll just fill me from the big tanker. Look at that. Okay. This should work. Boy, that unintentionally worked out really well. Sure enough. Okay, so let's turn off the engine, figure out what I want to do next. Yeah, let's just leave this guy here. Maybe I'll take it to go get the... I do want to haul that Kodiak out of there. I don't want to pay for a recovery. So maybe I'll yoink it out of there with this. So let's switch to the Curvettes. Now we have a full fuel carrier at the base. Minus 26 gallons that I'm going to be taking out of it here in a second. So yeah, I want to use this to go recover that one vehicle that's in the farm because it's a tractor, right? And then if you get a vehicle stuck on a farm, what better vehicle would you use in real life to go get it unstuck than a tractor that's at the farm? So this one in the sense of role play works out the best. And then we'll probably go grab that one out of the swamp behind it, and they both go to the farm. This thing also uses a decent amount of fuel, and I feel like it's probably... It's actually about the same in auto versus high. And high isn't really like the... Or sorry, auto is not really overly blazing fast, so... It's not a dangerous thing to leave it in auto. Yeah, this is going to be absurdly strong for doing these quests, I bet. But yeah, today we're just going to get some levels. I'm wondering if we can get, I think, 8. Either 8 or 10, I always forget. I think it's 8 that you get the off-road tires for the other trucks, like the Fleet Star and whatnot. Upgrade those. And then we got to 7 at the end of the last episode. Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is way too strong. Without a doubt, the right vehicle for doing tasks like this. Come with me. We're just gonna go right through the wet. Not even care. We'll make it. Normally I go the long way around. Not even turning the engine on in the Chevy. I'm gonna steal all its gas here before I turn it in. Or whatever, 5 gallons of its gas. So yeah, that was easy. This might be, even doing just this, might be worth doing it on a hard mode save. Alright, give me some of your gas. Oops. Nope, not that. Okay. Somehow I disconnected the winch. There we go. So yeah, if we get level 8, I think we can put better tires on the other two, well, the Fleet Star and the GMC if we wanted. Eventually we're going to be going to get the Western White, or White Western Star. Can't talk today. And that can have off-road tires put on it right away as well. We have a whole bunch of vehicles that we can use for getting around doing tasks. And we still got to get the P16 out of Drummond Island as well. So yeah, we have a lot to do. This is going to take a few episodes. Like I said, I don't foresee we're just gonna go for an hour or so and go as far as we get, and that's gonna be for sure today's episode, maybe tomorrow's episode as well, maybe the next episode, I don't know. We're just gonna have some fun playing the game, get tasks done. I'm still leaning on the side of doing contests not on camera, just because it's sort of boring. I did finish the farm task, but I think I have a few of the lumber mill task as well. Let's turn this engine on. Yeah, this thing could definitely go and get the Kodiak out of the lake. I think we're gonna try and do it with the, since it's up there, we're gonna do it with the Pacific P512. This is where high would come in, actually. Sorry, sign. All right. Let's borrow some of its fuel again from the GMC to me. Oh, it does that because I stopped. That's why. All right. So do I want to use this for something else? I think what I might do with this thing, why don't we go grab the 2 trailer missions, and we're gonna do both at the same time. Seeing as we have a vehicle that is pretty good at pulling things, why don't we go do both? So yeah, we'll go up and grab, I don't know which one is for which. We'll just have to try both trailers and just drive them over the thing and see which one turns in. I think the one in the sort of in the marsh is for the one that's closer. In fact, let's see here. Did I not grab that quest? Stuck trailer, I didn't. Okay, so which one is Motel Woes? That one I can see, yeah. So the one up here, the further one goes further. So we'll get that one. I guess they're both about the same far, but see if this thing just rides on top of the rut. Not really, it kind of dips in a little bit, but just not even care about the rut in this road. All right, so we're gonna fast forward a little bit and we'll see you up by the 2 trailers. All right. Well, that worked. So let's bring this up ahead a little bit. Unhook. And then we'll go hook up to this guy and bring it over here because we found basically we found the two weaknesses of this thing. Rocks and turning. That's the two weaknesses of this thing. Everything else it's pretty good at. Plenty of power to get up hills. And these things are heavy too. I always remember struggling pulling these things with like the Fleet Star. Okay. That's one. See if I can make this turn. Come on, turn. Nope. W turn it is. All right, we'll see you back at the motel. Of course, I went the long way around. Thought that that first bar was the thing for the turn-in. All right, let's take a look. What do we want to do next? So we have missing machinery requires the winch, or not the winch, we could do this one. This one is I don't know which vehicle I'm going to use for this. Probably the tractor again. So this one we could overload this one. That's four things. 2 wooden planks, 2 service spare parts. And we're over there. So yeah, why don't we swap to the 512? We are full. Try and do efficient things again. We gotta go up past this. Past the bridge, make a right, go get 2 service spare parts. And then we're gonna go and drag with the 2 service spare parts. We're gonna drag the Kodiak back to the base just to get it out of there since we're up here. See if this thing can do it. I bet you it can without an issue. We do have to drag a dead vehicle with no fuel, no tires, like the tires are flat, all the way back to the base. So it'll be interesting. But oh, you know what though? This isn't gonna work. Because I don't have the... I don't think you can go into... we're gonna test this for science. I feel like you can't go into the garage because I needed to go back into the garage to put the crane back on if I'm gonna do overloading. We're gonna find out. I feel like you can't. I feel like it deletes the cargo when you go into the garage. So this might be a wasted trip, but... So on that note, we're gonna skip ahead. All right, we are here. Let's see if we can get this thing out of here. The thing I noticed, this is a P16 thing as well. The rear gate or rear width, the tire track is wider than the front on these things, and it kind of gives it an interesting driving characteristic because of that. Yeah, I'm making waves in the lake, pulling it out of here. No problem with these tires. So yeah, this is definitely a, I feel like this is a good choice. I'm validating my choice to break my rules, because it's not so overpowered that it, like I said, the Taiga feels almost boring. It's so good. I think it has like 90 something gallons of fuel, and it's pretty fuel efficient. It's very fast. It runs really good with the off-road box. All-time all-wheel drive and diff lock. Like, this is at least slowing down a little bit in some of this deeper mud. And we got to get it up this hill, so I mean, maybe it'll slow down as it comes up the top of the hill. Maybe not. It's pretty dry. Let's go high. Let's see how it does in high gear going up this. Yeah. The engine this thing is absurdly strong. It's the same P16 engine. I'm not having a problem pulling this thing with no completely flat tires. So this doesn't have any gas in it either, but I don't want to put gas in it yet, so it's just going to have to go into the garage. And then we'll have to tow it out to the fuel trailer or something, or bring a vehicle over to it to give it some gas if we're going to use it. But this is probably going to become fuel truck number 2. So we'll probably put a fuel tanker on this one again as well. Actually, maybe I don't know yet. We'll see. Well, maybe we might do the GMC as the second fuel truck. But we have a lot of fuel to take with us. Especially on Island Lake, as we saw, there's just fuel carriers everywhere. So how was everybody's Halloween, by the way? Mine was very cold, but it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But the problem is all of a sudden it was snowing maybe for most of the morning and afternoon. And like right before it was supposed to start, it was just coming down, right? There's 2 inches of snow on the driveway. I'm shoveling, I'm salting, thinking like, oh, if, you know, anybody does show up, I don't want them to slip and fall on my driveway, you know? And I'm getting the fire pit out front, and there was some leftover twigs and, you know, brush and stuff that we cut off of something, and it was sitting in the fire pit. It was all drenched. So I just threw it out, put it in the garbage, and, took some of the dry firewood that we have in the garage and put it in there, started a fire. My cousin came over, we were drinking some beers, and then all of a sudden it just cleared up. It's like the sun came out and the snow stopped, and then it was just a bunch of kids out. So because there's a lot of kids in the neighborhood, but like I said, I kind of felt bad because I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to do their trick-or-treating. But yeah, it turned out okay. It just, we lost a half an hour to some pretty bad snow. So it was interesting. It was a very interesting year. But yeah, let me know how your Halloween went. Like I said, I enjoy the holiday. I'm not a big dress up person, but there were some pretty funny ones. This year there was a whole family that had Barbie boxes, like pink Barbie boxes, just wearing them. And I made the comment of, well, at least you guys are warm. And they're like, yeah, these things are great. So And you know, I mean, being from Wisconsin, I had, you know, craft beers and some seltzers for adult trick or treat, you know, because can't have trick or treat for just the kids, you know. That used a lot of fuel. So yeah, this thing is thirsty too. That is another trade-off. Like if you get the Azov 6, for example, which costs about 93k or so. So I would have had enough money at the time that I did all this stuff to just go to Tamir, for example, any of the Russian zones, buy it from the store, and then transfer it back. And that thing is the slowest vehicle. It's super, super slow. But it is probably one of the most durable, one of the most heavy. It's an 8-wheel, and it's all-wheel drive, always diff lock. And it's just such a good starter vehicle. Like, it's one of the ones that they always tell you, you know, work at getting that first, you know, save up your 93,000 and go and buy it. But I don't know, maybe if I start a hard mode over again, I would work towards that, just because it's such a good vehicle. But I mean, I could do this again too. We could go and get the Kirovets and get the P512. Wouldn't be a bad thing, but cost us less probably. Like I said, I think all in all, it would cost about maybe 25,000 to do the swaps and go over there and go get stuff, which doesn't take long. And then you have a couple of extra vehicles right away too, which having extra vehicles never hurts. All right, so we're gonna get this into the garage, and then we're gonna see if. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure if this cargo is gonna go away. So it might have been a wasted trip over to the warehouse there, but we are testing out a theory. Because I do have to, if I'm going to overload, I have to put the all right, so let's get this thing in here. Yeah, very broken. Thanks for the fix up, Bob. And let's get the P512 and let's see what happens. Oh no, it's still there. Okay, so what happens if I try and put the crane on it? Imminent cargo loss. Shoot. So yeah, if you change the body, the cargo will go away. Well, where is my... It's over here. The International and the Fleet Star. Yeah, Fleet Star is at the base. Because I was going to say I could bring this and go get the wood with it, which isn't terrible. Yeah, why don't we do that? I don't want to... I was thinking about doing overloading, but I don't really want to go all the way back up there with this thing that uses a ton of gas. Especially after we just solved our gas crisis. Did I get that upgrade? I had to have. There's a... Yeah, this one over here. Like on this little... This one. The one that's on this island. Okay, so what do we want to do next? Let's take a look at contracts. Let's see what contracts are to do. That's the fuel tanker one, which we want to save. We're not doing that yet. And what's after that? That goes to Smithville Dam. Okay, so that's to Smithville Dam. So this is all not here. That's the other fuel carrier, which we're not going to do just yet. We are skipping the logging missions, though, so maybe we could do that. but I would want another fuel vehicle. I guess we do have another fuel vehicle now. We have the Kodiak. Consumables and wooden planks. So we could, yeah, let's what's this? That's the Curevettes. All right, so let's we could do this quest with the Curevettes. That's going to be a challenging one to get out there. I have no idea if that thing has I mean, it feels like it has a snorkel, but sketchy. And then there's another vehicle to yank out of here too. What do I want to do next? Why don't we do this one? And we'll hop in the Curevettes. All right, let's go do the one up here first. I should have done this before when I was out there. I don't think I've ever been down this road. It's sort of a middle path that takes you in behind the farm that's all flooded out. And where are we gonna go? Let's go, I guess, right through it. This thing is pretty strong. Except for when you get stuck on little logs. That's what I noticed for sure. Is it I'm not a fan of like driving over things. Stumps, rocks. Because there's not really any suspension, right? It's a tractor. It's not supposed to have suspension travel. Yeah, see, I'm like getting stuck on a log. But you just back up and go again, you know? Yeah, I'm glad I found that little tip. That was just, I was searching for, you know, what's your favorite starting vehicle? And, found a Reddit post, I think it was, and somebody had recommended this. And I was like, you know, can't say I've done that. Alright, let's just go straight, I guess. There is no worrying about your path too much with this thing, at least on this map. I feel like once we get to like Alaska or anything with snow, this might I don't know, maybe it'll be okay, because I know the cat is pretty good in Alaska as well, which is where you get the cat. And this thing's is probably better than the cat because it's always on. The cat you have to switch all-wheel drive on and diff lock on. Cat has got the same problem too. It doesn't really have much suspension. It's got a lot of body flex though, so that helps. This thing, the articulating turning is very, very, very rigid. Did I grab that quest? Just make sure. Place beyond the resources. Yeah, okay. If I want to go do that at some point, I don't want to have to stop there to pick up the quest. So this next one is the only one that really concerns me, because I still don't really know if this thing has a... And I guess... Oh. Oops. Sure. That's the intake right next to the flap cap exhaust. So yeah, I mean, it's basically got a snorkel. Alright, so I'm not too worried about it then, because this is basically trudging through really deep water. And I think it's very possible I could get stuck. This is something that you usually wait until way later, until you have something fully upgraded. Takes a lot of like self winching, and then winching the truck out of there, and then winching yourself, and then winching the truck. And because yeah, there's, as soon as you finish this, there's another quest out there of like another abandoned vehicle. Let's get some gas, just because we're here. Should I be reckless and go through the mud? Why not? Normally you kind of go around this mud. Today we're going through. Normally you veer right. Yep. One of these is gonna hit us level 8. I haven't even looked. I'm not gonna look. We've done quite a few tasks and missions and whatnot today, so see what we can get here with this one, and then I think we're probably gonna wrap it up after we, if we can make it out of here with this thing and the vehicle that's stuck in the swamp. I think we're going to call it an episode, and we'll just pick up again in the next one. Maybe finish off this area, and then start working on Smithville Dam. That's where the most of the contracts are. There's a lot of contract work out that way, so we'll have to start working on that. We're gonna have to maybe get some fuel again. Okay. So we want to go this way. I think I want to back in, actually, so I can front out. So let's work that out. So yeah, we gotta go. The pump is way out there. There's no lights in the back of this thing. All right, veer this way, and then this way. Yeah, the truck is actually before the pump too. You have to go past the truck that you need to rescue. So it's kind of silly to not do it when you're out here. If you can make it to the pump, you can make it to this. All right, let's get the pump. That was overly easy. All right, let's get this thing out of here. See if we have to do any like leapfrog winching. I think we're just gonna go in low. We'll just low gear out of this. Yeah, this thing definitely has that. That is definitely a snorkel on this thing. So going in water is not an issue. Also, going through this is not an issue. Man, this thing is this was a good choice. I feel like if you're gonna play hard mode, you should get at least this. And if you want to go get the P512 or something else, do it. Have fun with the game. Well, that was easy. Where does this thing got to go? Farm. Okay. Let's turn its engine on. Have it help us a little bit. Turn it off down this hill. All right. Well, this is going to be quite the episode, I think. like I said, just sort of playing the game to have fun, which I've had a lot of. These two new vehicles are pretty good. I might do, like I said, I might do the couple of scout missions that are left and scout towers that are left. We do have a little bit of scouting to do yet on Smithville Dam as well. And the Resvani is still sitting out there as well. I think we need to... I feel like we need to get it back for some upgrades. Yeah, tires. Because it's able to have mud tires now. We do need to get it back to a garage at some point. But that bridge is still out. So like I said, we need to grab a vehicle and get over there as well. I think we're going to use this a couple more times. I'm going to use this... if you followed my hard mode series, I used the Fleet Star to get the White Western Star, and it's very capable of doing it. But I kind of want to see how this thing does. And I'll mind you, there's a lot of those like really hard turns in there that will make it interesting, because this thing kind of sucks at turning, but it's very good at pulling. So maybe we can use this to get the White Western Star, or maybe we can come up with a different path to get the White Western Star. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how that works out. But yeah, this has been fun, guys. I will appreciate any likes, comments, or subscribe. Yeah, I can't talk today. It's been a heck of a week. But, you know, go ahead and subscribe if you want. And we'll see you guys in the next one.